I want to share a story that changed my life in ways I never imagined. It all started back in college when I was a boy and went by the name Asher. Like many students, I was trying to figure out ways to make some extra cash. I was finding that college was expensive and I needed a way to keep up with my bills. One night I attended a party and ended up in a conversation I didn't expect. I met someone who introduced me to a way to earn some money. Her name was Adriana. She was a bit wild and daring, and I found her witty stories and jokes engaging. We chatted for a long time, and over the course of our conversation she mentioned her dancing. It wasn't just any kind of dancing, though. She performed at a local bar, dressed in sparse outfits and makeup, turning tricks for the men. She said that they were short on girls right now and needed more to come dance. She asked if I might consider performing as a girl. She had seen me dance earlier at the party and thought I had what it took to move the right way, leading with my hips. Feeling slightly desperate for money, I decided I could try it for one night. I wasn't thrilled by the idea, but this seemed like a quick way to make some easy money. She was delighted and said she'd introduce me to her boss the next evening if I came by the bar. When I went to see Adriana the next night, I felt awkward and unsure. But I decided I would try it if I was offered the job. When she introduced me to her boss in her dressing room afterward, he hired me on the spot, saying he'd take just about anyone because he was so desperate for more dancers. So, the next day, Adriana and I went out and bought a wig, a 34 double D breast form and some skimpy lingerie, and practiced some ways to move and dance and bend over in suggestive ways that men would find enticing. The first night felt intense in my brain to say the least. My mind felt like it was being asked to do a complete flip. Getting ready backstage, the makeup, the wig, the heels. It was all so foreign to me. But I just went with it, trying to block out the noise of my brain. My heart was loud in my ears when I came out to the bar. When I took those first few hesitant steps, I felt all the eyes on me. As the music played, I moved hesitantly at first, grabbing the bar to steady myself. But then something cool started to happen. As the beat of the music throbbed, I eased into it and began to loosen up. I began to feel better and more relaxed and could feel that the men were focused entirely on me. I observed that I was holding their attention beyond anything else going on in the room. They wanted to see between my legs and underneath my bra. If I'm honest about it, it felt really great. I had never experienced this level of others wanting to stare at me. It was like they wanted to drink me in with their eyes. I could feel their carnal hunger and thirst. It was almost palpable. The intense attention and admiration from the crowd, everything just clicked. It felt amazing to feel so seen and so desired. It felt like they would charge onto the bar at any moment if given the chance. Their longing was hypnotic. At one point I wondered if the men knew I was a guy or if they believed in the illusion I created. But honestly, it didn't matter. In that moment I felt content and alive. The glitter. The glam. The desire. It became addictive. I felt myself come to life at that bar over the following evenings. It was a different life from what I had led so far. And after that night, everything changed for me. Dancing became more than just a way to make money, it became a passion. It fulfilled my soul in a way I had never considered before. But in a way that felt inexplicably right. I just couldn't have predicted it, and it caught me by surprise. A lovely surprise. I realized as the weeks continued on that this wasn't just about performing or making money. I knew it was about finding my identity. And being okay with that. Over time, I decided to let others see it too. I wanted people to see me as a woman in my real life. Not just when I was at work. I made the decision to become a woman. It felt right. It felt like finally aligning with my true self. I chose to embrace authenticity and tap into the passion that came alive when I felt power in my curves and my soft, lipstick lips and long hair. Even I felt mesmerized by the powerful, dynamic me. So I embraced my identity and became a woman. However unconventional it seemed, it just felt right for me. And I have never ever looked back.